And Drat, I can't remember what the second is.
Mr. Yerington.
Yes.
I hate to gore you with this, but you mentioned the Southern Pacific purchasing your railroad for $2.75 million.
Yes.
Do you remember how long it took them to recoup that amount of money?
You would have to ask that, wouldn't you? Oh, when the Southern Pacific bought the Carson in Colorado for $2.75 million, and Mr. Butler made his strike in Tonopah, it only took Southern Pacific 1 year to recoup that amount of money.
Well, I appreciate your clarifying mistaken information I had about the used equipment, which I think came from the wonderful fictional book by Clegg and I've gone blank on the name, but the Virginia City pair that wrote the lovely. It is a delightful book to read. Unfortunately, a lot of the facts make better stories. They are of the tradition of Mark Twain.
After Southern Pacific took over the line, there was a lot of hand-me-down equipment, such as the Nevada, California, and Oregon Railroad, which was 3-foot narrow gauge. Southern Pacific bought that, and a lot of that equipment found its way to the Carson in Colorado. Same as South Pacific Coast and several other narrow gauges that they owned. But during the time of the Carson and Colorado Railroad, from 1880 to 1900, we just had the original new equipment and just a few box cars and freight cars that we would build in the Carson City shops there.
B.B. and Clegg, famous writers and newspapermen from Virginia City. Our state archivist, Guy Rocha, clarified for me what I'd already noticed, and that is that their work often disagrees with that of other sources such as original documents, newspaper accounts, first eyewitness reports, and other minor sources such as that. But it's good reading.
Newspaper accounts? Giving false information? No.
Well, in this case, the newspaper accounts were sometimes more accurate than B.B. and Clegg's books. So.
However, it's very pictorial.
But it's very enjoyable. It has some wonderful stories. It's well worth reading. Just remember, it's a work of fiction. But are there other questions for Mr. Yerington?
Yes, sir.
Good.
How does it feel to be dead?
Not bad. At least I don't have to put up with all the taxes and all the bureaucratic regulation that you people have to put up with today. And I'll tell you politically, in over 128 years, nothing's changed. The same things are going on today that were going on back in my day. In fact,
Corruption?
No.
well, let's just say that I'll give you a good example, such as when Mr. Sharon ran for United States Senator for the Republican Party, okay? In 1800, when his first term was up, the Democrats selected Mr. James Fair because of all of his money. Mr. Fair had what were known as sack bearers that would go out and pay $40 to $80 for a vote. They would naturalize the French, the Italian, and general floating population that had once voted Republican and now were being bought left and right. Now today, you have almost the same thing, except today, they're not only paying the candidate, they're giving them their vote also. And at times I wonder, who's the sharpest knife in the drawer?
Are there any other questions for Mr. Yerington? Well, I understand Mr. Saylor will be back perhaps tomorrow, so you might want to talk to him. I'm sure Mr. Yerington can maybe channel Mr. Saylor too at some later time, but right now we're happy to have Mr. Yerington with us. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.